The highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson finally took place, captivating both boxing enthusiasts and casual fans alike. Speculations were rife about whether 58-year-old Tyson, a legendary figure in boxing, could hold his own against the younger, more active Jake Paul. Despite doubts, the excitement was undeniable. Fans were eager to see if Tyson could relive his prime, even if just for one more fight. In the opening round, both fighters started cautiously. Paul's strategy was clear: stay defensive and wear Tyson down. Using his jab and reach, Paul kept Tyson at a distance, but the veteran still managed to land a few classic body shots. While Tyson's blows were reminiscent of his glory days, his age showed. He lacked the speed and aggression of his younger years. However, it was a close round, with Tyson's early body shots giving him a slight edge. As the fight progressed into the second round, Jake Paul found his rhythm. He began using his jab more effectively, preventing Tyson from closing the distance. Tyson, though still powerful, struggled with his footwork. Paul's counterpunches and improved movement were on display, allowing him to control the pace. This round likely went to Paul, as he outmaneuvered Tyson, landing cleaner and more precise punches. The third round brought a glimpse of Tyson's old self, as he landed sharp uppercuts. For a moment, it felt like the clock had turned back. However, Paul absorbed the punches well and kept pressing forward. The power in Tyson's punches was still evident, but Paul's youth and resilience shone through. Though Tyson's shots were impactful, the round remained closely contested, with the judges likely swayed by his bursts of power. By the fourth round, Paul began to take control. Tyson was visibly tired, and his punches lacked their earlier force. Paul, on the other hand, looked fresher and more composed. His jab became a powerful tool, and he began landing more frequently on Tyson. The momentum shifted entirely to Paul, with Tyson mostly focused on survival. The tide had turned, and Paul convincingly won this round. Tyson gave one final burst of energy in the fifth round, landing a couple of solid body shots. However, fatigue was clearly catching up with him. Paul capitalized on Tyson's exhaustion, moving forward with precision and landing combinations. Tyson had no answer to Paul's speed and strategy. The younger fighter's dominance was becoming more apparent as the fight wore on, with Tyson mostly in retreat mode. By the sixth round, it was evident that Tyson was running on fumes. Paul dictated the action, picking his shots with care and hurting Tyson with a big right hand. The crowd sensed that the end was near, but Paul remained patient. He didn't rush for a knockout, instead controlling the fight and keeping Tyson on the defensive. It was another round in Paul's favor, with Tyson barely able to respond. The decisive moment came in the seventh round. Paul landed a clean right hand, sending Tyson to the canvas. The referee stepped in immediately, stopping the fight and declaring Paul the winner by knockout. It was a bittersweet moment for fans, witnessing the fall of a legend, but also acknowledging Paul's evolution as a legitimate boxer. While Tyson was far from his prime, Paul's victory proved that he is more than just a YouTuber in the boxing world. The fight was not only a clash of generations, but also a groundbreaking event. Held at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the match was streamed globally by Netflix, marking its first venture into combat sports. By eliminating the usual pay-per-view cost, Netflix made the event accessible to millions, attracting both die-hard boxing fans and casual viewers. The spectacle element added to its uniqueness, making it an event that transcended sports. Tyson's return to the ring came with its share of challenges. Originally scheduled for July 2024, the fight was postponed due to Tyson suffering a medical issue related to an ulcer. The delay fueled concerns about whether he was physically ready to fight at 58. Meanwhile, Paul's camp was intense, with elite sparring partners helping him prepare for Tyson's power and experience. Paul's strategy was clear: stay on the outside, use the jab, and wait for Tyson to tire. In the aftermath of the fight, boxing personalities weighed in with their opinions. Floyd Mayweather, while acknowledging Paul's business acumen, hinted that Paul's success was more about entertainment than skill. Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield, both former rivals of Tyson, had shown faith in the legend before the fight, emphasizing Tyson's ability to surprise with his power. However, it was clear that age had finally caught up with him. Joe Rogan, on his podcast, expressed mixed feelings about the fight. He praised Paul for his dedication to boxing, but also acknowledged the risks involved for Tyson given his age. Canelo Alvarez echoed similar sentiments, warning that boxing is not just a spectacle but a dangerous sport, especially for someone nearing 60. Promoter Eddie Hearn labeled the fight irresponsible, voicing concerns about Tyson's health and calling it a risky endeavor. Despite the criticisms, Paul's victory raised his standing in the boxing world. Talks of future opponents quickly followed, with potential rematches against Anderson Silva or even bouts against more established boxers being discussed. There were also hints that Paul might venture into MMA, given his ongoing feud with the UFC. For Tyson, the fight was likely the last chapter in his storied career. While some speculated that he might continue with exhibition matches, many felt it was time for him to retire for good. His return was driven by passion rather than money, as he sought to challenge himself one last time. In the post-fight interview, Tyson expressed gratitude and love for the sport, emphasizing that boxing had always been his passion. The fight wasn't just a contest between Paul and Tyson, it was a moment that captured the imagination of the sports world. As social media erupted with reactions, it became clear that this event had left a lasting impact. Fans praised both fighters for their efforts, acknowledging the spectacle they had witnessed. In the end, Paul's victory over Tyson was a significant milestone in his boxing career. Knocking out a legend, even one past his prime, cemented Paul's reputation as a serious contender. For Tyson, the fight was a testament to his spirit and determination. While he may not have emerged victorious, his legacy remains untarnished. As the dust settles, one thing is certain: the boxing world won't forget this fight anytime soon. The highly anticipated fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson finally took place, captivating both boxing enthusiasts and casual fans alike. Speculations were rife about whether 58-year-old Tyson, a legendary figure in boxing, could hold his own against the younger, more active Jake Paul. Despite doubts, the excitement was undeniable. Fans were eager to see if Tyson could relive his prime, even if just for one more fight. In the opening round, both fighters started cautiously. Paul's strategy was clear: stay defensive and wear Tyson down. Using his jab and reach, Paul kept Tyson at a distance, but the veteran still managed to land a few classic body shots. While Tyson's blows were reminiscent of his glory days, his age showed. He lacked the speed and aggression of his younger years. However, it was a close round, with Tyson's early body shots giving him a slight edge. As the fight progressed into the second round, Jake Paul found his rhythm. He began using his jab more effectively,